All right, and then C, Julie, you wanted to discuss kind of what Juneteenth will look like and what that means and what as a board, what we were thinking for planning purposes.
So the approval was for us to be closed on June 19th. I want to make sure that I understood that. There's been no information shared with the staff that we would have an in-service day. It was floated around, and it actually was brought up at the meeting when this first came up, because this came up so quickly and was decided on right at the meeting without it really being on, it wasn't on the agenda. So I was taken off guard and, by it in order to plan appropriately and to ask questions. I just need clarification from the board is if and when the approval of this June 19th, it is for the overhead. Sorry, everyone. I can't think and hear that at the same time. I apologize. But I'm just looking for clarification. As I look at the calendar for the next 2 years, it'll fall on the weekend. It'll be closed on the weekend. There was some conversation of, well, if it was during the weekdays, would that be an opportunity to use it as an in-service day and do some work with the staff? But I'm open to however. I just needed clarification. Does the board want to keep it as a completely closed day? Always doesn't matter on the day of the week, because we do have some days where we're open and not, depending on the day of the week and how it falls. We've made decisions like that on calendars. And so that's what I'm looking for, some clarification. There was no information that went to the staff that I've shared that it could be an actual, training day at this point. It's been thought about, and I wanted to make sure I just get clarification. Thank you.
Trustee West.
Just a clarification, yeah, I agree. It did come up quickly, with the vote and everything, but I do think it was the right thing to do. I don't think it really did take a whole lot of thought to approve that. But for example, July 4th, if it were to occur on a weekday, I'm just going to ask you, it would be considered a holiday for the employees also, right?
Yes, it's a national holiday, yes.
Yeah. I think we should follow and align with that it's not just a library closing, it's a holiday we're going to celebrate. That's my opinion here. Again, as I've said in past meetings, I think there's certain things we need to lead in. I was a little surprised with well, maybe I shouldn't make any comments, but me personally, I stand by the vote that we had. I thought it was a great proposal to do this, and I do think we celebrate it as a holiday.
Thank you. Trustee Dooley?
I also am support for the holiday. I think that, in light of everything that the community has learned, I support the idea of us taking Juneteenth off and having the staff taking it off. Leading up to Juneteenth, though, I just wanted to suggest that maybe that's when the programming should take place. So the actual Juneteenth day is celebrated just like July 4th, but up until that time, that would be where people are educated about why this holiday is important. And that's what I wanted to say. Thank you.
Wonderful. Thank you.
Trustee Mister? Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, thank you so much. So I'm grateful for the past two speakers. I was surprised to see this actually on Matters for Board Action, because I think when it did come up, the same question got asked. There was a comparison made in June to MLK Day. And I clarified at that point that, it's really important to look at Juneteenth like you would look at 4th of July. And this is where we talk about equity. This is what equity is. This is empathy for our Black community members. They weren't free on July 4th, unfortunately. They should have been, but they weren't. And even some people 2 years after the Emancipation Proclamation were still slaves. So Juneteenth is a celebration for a reason, and it's a celebration where people don't typically sit in the library, although we love libraries, that's why we're here. They barbecue, they go on trips, they drink a beer if that's what they do, right? Because this is very similar to 4th of July. Some people don't even celebrate 4th of July in addition, just to clarify. So I guess I was confused as to why it even came up since we already approved it unanimously in June. It felt disheartening to see it here. I will say,
Not meant that way.
I'd like to finish. Please,
It was
can I
actually
finish?
me,
I,
it was
gosh,
actually me
I just
looking
feel
for
like I can't
clarification
finish my
because I
statement.
misunderstood. It was my misunderstanding. So I apologize for that.
I promise I won't filibuster. I just want to finish what I have to say.
I just wanted you to know that I apologize because it was my misunderstanding. So that there won't be, there doesn't need to be approval. I'm getting clarification.
I just want to finish because I feel like I can't do that tonight for whatever reason. And I don't see that happening to other people. And it's just
My apology.
it's bothering me. It's not fair, actually. Okay. So, and I'm trying my best, guys, because I want to be fair. So where it says if the date falls on a Saturday, Sunday, would the library be closed? If the date falls on a weekday, can it be used as a staff training day? I only bring that up because you mentioned, I don't know where staff training day came from, but this is a public notice and it went out and it says staff training day. Specific to DEI initiatives or remain closed. We don't have any, I mean, I'm hoping that some of the initiatives I put out get approved, but I don't know if they will. We don't have any DEI initiatives right now. There's none, and they keep getting shot down. So I guess what I would share is that I would really hate to bank this on some ambiguous thing that won't happen, that we just keep talking about and push to the next month until someone else feels differently. I want to be able to say that. You know, as a trustee, I think I do have a voice and I want to be able to mention that. I think it's really important. And it's my goal to be respectful to everybody. I think you guys are all smart. I love being here, you know, but I do want to be able to be heard. And there's been a couple times tonight where I haven't been. So I do want to at least be able to finish my statement. It's so hard to get cut off every time you talk. So those are the things I wanted to mention. Thank you.
Thank you. Well, I think then, unless anybody wants to not have it, I think, thank you, Julie, for bringing that, just for clarification for you. But I think we'll leave it as we initially voted, and then that will be a day off for everybody.
Thank you.
For the library.
Great. Thank you very much for the clarification.
Okay, perfect.